Welcome everybody to this wonderful Sunday afternoon. I am Lampy28, and with me today we have Lambowski for a Lambro cast. What's up, Lambowski?
What up, brother? I'm super happy to finally get this actually going. We've been talking about Lambros for a while. We need to keep it going, keep it growing.
Two most active casters currently on IVRL finally meeting up, pairing up to get this amazing matchup today. And we do have beginners versus the Vikings. Two top teams right now in the EU. I mean, the EU has got some incredible talent coming out lately. They've really grown in the last year or so. Used to be just a couple of teams, always on the top. You got them other teams that are attempting to rise through, but just could not overtake any of those top teams. And now, with Onward really expanding and the game really expanding, and with all the casts going out these days and the ability to learn quicker and learn from those top players, it's really brought out so many more great players, and you're starting to see it with the EU really spreading out and the talent just really growing there.
Yeah, I've been a fan of catching these EU matchups myself. I've been able to be very fortunate to catch probably maybe 4 so far in the IVRL season. And every single one of them has been, as you say, spicy matchups. I love the rounds that come out from these EU teams. A little bit different in terms of obviously dealing with, for me, different accents and stuff like that. Just listening to the different teams and the foreign languages that come out from certain teams, I enjoy it. It puts a whole different perspective on the idea that this isn't just a game. It's more like you're in there, right? You're dealing with the idea that somebody may be close by, knowing your position and giving your call-outs in a foreign language that you're not going to understand. So you have no idea what you may be dealing with. I think it's very cool. I love this. I absolutely love VR and Onward.
Oh, absolutely. I love the fact of, like you said, even your matchup this morning that you casted, you had K-Fot, which, mainly Korean team, and man, I've played against those guys quite often, and like you said, they're next to you and they're saying something. You don't know if they're calling you out. You don't know if they don't know you're there or not. Next thing you know, you're getting picked off in your dome.
Yeah, it's wild. The moment you are no longer playing with the controller and you are the controller and dealing with just extra circumstances, just simple as what a voice is saying on the other side of the wall that is not friendly. Like it's fun. It's wild.
Yeah. The amount of immersiveness that you feel while you're in the game, in the headset, hearing the bullets whiz past your head, and hitting the concrete next to you and the footsteps next to you, not knowing who you're gonna meet around the corner. God, the game is so impressive and very addicting, and so is casting.
Yes, very. I unfortunately am no bueno at the gaming yet. So I try to get as much as I can from the casting in terms of just being able to watch and see how better players than myself can get things done, and it gives me a little bit more insight on how I can possibly become better. Whether that is something that everybody else enjoys, I know I enjoy watching the matches that I'm not casting. I like picking up anytime old Lamps getting the cast in, or Blizzard Bark or Triff or any of those casts coming out currently from IVRL. I like watching and just seeing Onward, at least just learning more and more things, as I am still very new to Onward and VR. This is now my second season, last season being my rookie with the Maniacs. It's fun.
Oh yeah, it's we got in, it feels like we got in about the same time. I've only been playing this for this year now. I picked up an Oculus Quest 2 headset back in around Christmas time, like the other thousands of people did, when they went on sale and when they were affordable. And one of the first games I purchased was Onward, and not knowing what I'm getting myself into, and now I just can't put it down, just like many of the other players out there. Watching these guys cast can be extremely important in growing your game and growing your teamwork. Watching what other people do and learning from them and understanding how the game plays at that master level that's what breaks you into that, past that mediocre ranking system that is out there. You can get away with your pub stuff, your comp stuff, you're just single player, everybody out for themselves. Let's just go kill as many people we can until it gets to a certain point in the league where you're matching up against people who already know where you're at before you know where you're going.
Yeah. It does allow a little bit more of the bridge between starting and, like you said, past mediocre, to where you can actually give a little bit more of a competitiveness to your gameplay. But not only just learning, but, well, yeah, still learning. If you are being casted, and then watch your match afterwards to learn, where did that shot come from? Where did I get picked off at? Why was I here? And how did I die? Stuff like that is also very important. Just practice makes perfect, and watching back your match can be a practice in just itself. You don't even have to take the time to put the headset on. Just hop into your team's Discord chat and review it. It's...
It looks like we're going to run a 4v5. Beginner's still waiting on a player.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. And I noticed, the Vikings are running 5. I'm not sure if they have a full team or no. Wasn't sure if one of those was a reservist or not. I believe Turtle is a reservist there on the Vikings. So not sure what the idea there was on 5v4. But Beginner's saying, hey, let's go with it. Let's do it. First objective here, we got tank objective by the mall. We got a 2-man defense heading to the south. That's Thrywin and Turtle, using a little smoke cover to cross that road there. Killager has taken up offense position in hospital, taking the top floor. Very, very open, very wide open. Could possibly get picked. Does duck down just in time. Stray Jack helping out, coming around hospital on the south side. Looks like we got a 2-man north. We got some action going to happen here in the north. Raphael, Lonwick, and Shadow Warrior all in the north here.
Echo
Shots
4.
going down. Stray Jack finding Turtle. Mantis finding Killinger on the rooftop.
Yeah, the one in the north.
Shadow Warrior finding Lonwick in the north. Getting quickly refagged by Raphael. Thrywin taking down Stray Jack with a trade. Now Raphael and Mantis both at north roof here. And Mantis comes out victorious on that. Vikings going up 1-0. Map 1 already. Wow. Woo-wee.
Less than 2 minutes in, it was a very quick Q1 round. Obviously, it was kind of already down a bit starting the 4v5, but the 5-man team coming out on top round 1.
Yes, sir. Man, I didn't even get a chance to let you get in there. I couldn't stop.
Oh, no, you're fine. I was just watching and hanging. That was a very quick, very good round.
Very good stuff there. That north push, I mean, a lot of action happened in that north. We had 2 offensive players heading that north, but the defense also sent 2. So that, they just held that down well on their angles.
For as short as the round was, yeah, I mean, they got really pushed far out from the OBJ. I can't remember who it was now in the cab of the semi there, but very far away from the OBJ. At any point in time, that could have went very south for the defense, but it worked out in their favor that they only had 4 attackers to deal with, and just picks after picks after picks.
It was, and I mean, for quarantine to finish in 1 minute and 7 seconds, that's pretty unheard of. That's pretty fast.
We had a subway round last like 40-some seconds at Team K versus the Eagles.
I saw that. It was that heavy north push by
Oh
K-Fod
my
there.
goodness.
They are good
Not
for
far.
that. I've casted them a few times, and they've done that a few times, and they've been successful with it. I think it just depends on that defense on that one, on who's sitting where, and the utility usage would have helped. But
Far the
here,
fastest subway round I've ever seen.
yeah. But here, beginners, beating that 1-man down is really going to. Sorry, I was just double checking the scorecard here. Being that 1-man down on a map like this, that really plays a big factor in things, because 1 man covering an area, you're talking about a whole 1/5 of a map this size is the whole size of cargo, right? So, taking away 1 person like that is a big factor.
Yeah, it is. Just a little too much terrain for 4-man defense or even a 4-man offense on on Q1. If they continue to play with 4, I'm wondering if Vikings will still try to continue with long-range engagements on the second map as well, depending on how this all pans out for them.
Right. Exactly.
We've got Sand, Abandoned, Downfall, and Subway for the bands. What does that leave? That leaves Cargo open, right?
Yeah, it does leave Cargo open. So it leaves Arctic open.
Yep, Arctic as well. I keep forgetting about Arctic.
Yeah, normally you see, a lot of times you'll see the both custom maps get banned. Just because people aren't used to it. Like I was mentioning yesterday in a cast, Sand and Arctic, they've been around for a few months now, but they recently got this huge update which expanded both of them. And people are still trying to get used to that. It's only about maybe a month or two into the new update, and you don't have a lot of time on that, taking that to a league match, and it's risky.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen it pan out for certain teams being down a player. Just really depends on the difference between skill levels. But unfortunately for beginners and Vikings, I think it's going to be a little too close of a tightly contested matchup in terms of skill level. That one missing gun is really, really going to hurt. We'll see if they are taking their time. We'll see if somebody can get in here.
Yeah, imagine they're trying to wait for someone to get in or pull a reservist. But right now, I mean, we're looking back at the scorecard and we'll look at who took what bans. We're looking at beginners banning Sand and Abandoned. So both obviously new, Abandoned being a very large map, but it's still new to DPI's, map pool. So that, again, they're not taking any chances against a team like the Vikings, where it's something new to them yet. They're not quite sure of it, so they're wiping those off the table. And what do you think about the Vikings, banning Subway and Downfall?
Well, the idea that they took away Downfall, a large map, very out in the open, it's, in my opinion, Downfall is a defensive map. It's so hard to get clear pushes in by the offense unless it just comes straight down to either very well-placed utility and smoke or onward timing, being somebody takes their eyes off of a lane at the very last second, right as the offense or defense or whoever it may be crossing gets through the avenue and just is able to get close. But typically, I see Downfall as a defensive map, it being the longer many of the ones besides Abandoned. With Subway being their other ban, I'm not really sure what was going on. They took away long-range engagement as well as took away a very CQB-heavy map in Subway.
Yes.
Maybe just going with more comfortable spots, knowing that maybe with the other bans they could probably get the second map possibly leaning more towards something they are in favor of as well. It's hard to tell.
Yeah, as a caster, I hate seeing Subway getting banned, just because it's so fun to watch Subway with all the utility usage. That requires so much teamwork and utility usage that it's just amazing to watch these high-level teams and the way they do those things.
I love North Stairs.
Oh, yes.
I love North Stairs.
We had a great North Stairs push last night by the leftovers. It's just like a train that just ran through the stairs, taking out everybody. Suplex had a 4-piece kill and a cap on North Stairs for leftovers. It was something to watch.
I seen the title of that in clips of the week, but I unfortunately have yet to get to watch it. I've had all the time in the world to get get fresh and ready for my day of Onward, but unfortunately haven't been able to peruse through the entirety of the channels and all the clips from these recent matches. You said it was a four and a cap?
Yeah, 4 kills and a cap.
That's got to be something I'll watch here soon.
Yeah. For those that are not up with the Discord, jump in the IVRL Discord. Maybe one of our mod members in there will drop the link to that. And then in there, you can also go to Clips of the Week and vote on some of the top highlights of the week that have been posted in there. So, great place to catch up on some of the cool plays and just, put down your vote. See who can win Clip of the Week. It's taking a little while here to load in. I didn't get a message or anything about any timeouts, but we shall see.
Drop a Discord link to the IVRL League there in Twitch chat for you. But if you're not already in, you need to get in. If you're not already a part of Onward to VR, again, you need to get in. It's the wave of the future, old man. The future is now.
So I did finally hear back from the captain. Looks like they did.
They've got their full 5.
They got their full 5.
Yep. Paz has joined the chat. So we now have a full 5v5 beginners versus Vikings.
Is the track or stay between there?
Maybe save 1, 2.
Right, we got. Oh, we have a TK on the Viking side. Maybe for some pre-fire. Didn't realize it was coming out to try to block this rotation to the south. Got the smokes coming out on the south, trying to get across. Nobody is going to cross though with all that pre-fire. But unfortunate TK there right in the beginning. Pillager heading up to center tank courtyard here, coming through the crater. Got great push on the offense. Great push on the offense there.
Right out at the beginning, basically he's going to flop the tide there with beginners starting last round 45. Vikings now doing the exact same.
Yeah, Raphael way in the north, just keeping an eye on any flanks. Also, Paul is two in the far north. Nobody is over here either, though, so that's very risky for these guys. See how that pans out for him. Everybody heading south. Killinger finding Thrywind right there in the.
I'm not. I can't confirm him.
Couple head peeks coming out from Killinger. Taking a look at center burning there. We got a heavy offensive push still at center burning. Even with 1 down, there's still 2 more there. Turtle taking the south approach around hospital.
Had to deal with Lon Wick here in a bit.
Yeah, Lonwick way out in the south dune. Straight jack there by what we call post office. So they do have the south coverage. They got the north coverage. Turtle finding Straight Jack. But Lonwick does get those audio cues, not only downing Straight Jack, so Straight Jack is going to give them call outs. Turtle is going to need to find that confirm there. Lonwick finding Turtle finally off the sand dunes. And Pause finding Lone trying to cross the street and approach on Killinger, all down to 1 man here.
That shot by Lonwick was not only saving grace, obviously, because they were able to catch one getting away from the down player, they straight jack, in the elbow, but through windows. I'm talking Lon was able to, it was a peek, like didn't just catch him outside. Turtle was inside warehouse, I believe, when the shots come out.
Wow. I wish I would have been on that footage. But yeah, Lonwick had a long shot there through the dunes. And I noticed, Turtle was kind of retreating there in the south, heading back towards the gas station area. And must have been a heck of a shot there.
It would have had to been a small, just second of Turtle being in a window or in a doorway. I'm not sure, but had to be a heck of a shot.
Mantis is going to have Raphael to deal with here. Raphael hiding behind tank. Revive comes out on Straight Jack, bringing beginners back up, 5 up. So Mantis with a 1v5 currently. Trying to push this north. Oh, does see Raphael, doesn't get him over top of the tank. Now they know he's here. Lots of flashes coming out, 4 flashes. Nobody can see anything. And beginners finding Mantis here in the north. Bringing it back to a 1v1.
Very strong defense as well, with 5 still standing. We are heading to South Street White Car OBJ, just outside of the hospital.
Ooh, I like that one. Out in the open. I find that one pretty easy to defend, but very hard to push on. You really got to take your time. And I feel like elevation's the key. getting north roof is key. Trying to find anybody inside hospital, inside hospital windows. But man, there's no real good push on that one. It's just so wide open.
Yeah, the key to this, if you are attacking, I think, is to, as you said, get high ground at HVAC to try to get any picks, but definitely clearing out the roof of hospital, if not the entirety of hospital, is the absolute main. You shouldn't even think cap at this round until you do that. I think cap comes second. You need to start worrying about clearing out this hospital, because that's really the best spot for defense, especially on the roof. Hiding behind that little stairwell shack. I mean, it's
yes.
OP for this position.
Yep. Getting some people into the sand dunes here in the southeast, I feel is also a very good offensive push. You know, you can get back to the backside here, and what you can do is you can stay low on the sand dunes and just get some, small little head peeks at a distance. Find the guy maybe in the stairway of a hospital, and then find anybody hiding inside the warehouse as well.
We'll see if beginners has been listening to us yet and keeping anything in mind, because I'm not really sure what to expect. I can't remember exactly right now what the Marsoc spawns are. I think it's like northwest and northeast, ain't it?
Yes, there is no real quick spawn on this one.
I didn't think so. Oh, is there? Is there not one towards the crashing into the plane?
Maybe back here by the gas station. Yeah, on the other side. It could be. There's so many OBJs on this one. I lose track of all the offensive spawns.
We'll find out where they're getting ready to spawn now, though.
Yep, and the back of impact. Not quite
super quick, but definitely
right.
quicker.
You can
quicker
definitely
than the full north.
Yes, you can definitely take over the west very easily. There's usually a lot of action here right by gas station, because these guys know, a lot of player teams know that you have to secure this area. So back a wing right here and back a gas station is usually a high velocity type area. Drywar, Embo's going to take that spot up on the stairway, watching this west. That's always a very hard place to cross, because of the fact that Embo is so tucked in and he can see everything going on this west side. And these guys know better not to push this corner. Excellent thought process there. Lonwick still here on the back of the plane. Raphael pushing up. I like to call broken wing courtyard. Killinger by fuselage, front of plane. Raphael checking out that hospital roof, making sure nobody's up there. We got our 1/5 heading way out to the northeast. And Shadow Warrior is in 2-story. Kind of keeping an eye on motel area. See if he picks off Straight Jack here. Shadow Warrior did find Straight Jack, didn't land the shots. Paz finds the Embo inside that little window. And Straight Jack finding Shadow Warrior.
East 2-story, Echo 4.
Paz not sure.
Dangerous.
Yes.
Sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
That very dangerous spot of Embo being taken out is going to really cause some problems for this defense.
Yes.
But sorry, continue.
No, you're good. Jump in anytime. That's almost one of them spots that you tend to pre-fire no matter where you're coming from. If you're coming from East Dunes or you're coming from the west, you just pre-fire that spot because it's so powerful. And Lone has taken over that position, it looks like.
Echo 3.
Beginners with a very good kill count, with Stray Jack in the east, finding the third kill so far of the round. Miyagi and Mantis still close by, but not close enough that they may be able to deal with Stray Jack around in the east.
Yeah, OBJ's back here. Nobody's really looking back here. I mean, Lone can turn around and look this way, but he is focused on that west. So if Stray Jack was to push this side, there's nobody in the southeast looking right now.
Mantis and Paz.
Ball down to Lone Miyagi. Miyagi.
Miyagi. Wax on, wax off, brother.
Right? Yeah. Man, 1v5 again here. Beginners really putting it onto him now. And this is beginner's map.
The added fifth has really turned the tides, I believe.
It has. It really has. And like we were
Maybe
saying
helping
earlier.
confidence or something, you know?
Yeah. You know, like we said earlier, one player guarding one angle, that's huge, you know, in a size of a map like this. Excellent smoke by Pause, throwing out onto Miyagi, making him rotate because he can't find that good vision there.
Lasers got to find. Oh, Raffaello taking the lasers off of Miyagi at the last second, allowing Miyagi to get the down.
Yeah, what timing that was. But he is still up, still trying to confirm, but Lonwick does find the last kill there. Taking beginners up 2-1 here on map 1.
Pretty, I mean, obviously, beginners only losing one member for the entirety of that round. Very, very strong last 2 rounds by beginners. Like we said, picking up their 5th member. Maybe a little bit of confidence, a little bit more free will to move if you expect to have that 5th gun looking somewhere, maybe. It's definitely showing in their favor now that they've got the full 5v5.
Yes, it is. And you look at the scorecard, Paz was that last man to come in, and look at he's coming out with 3 kills already, you know, helping the team out, not only guard angles and take away map, but also, you know, doing the damage.
Yeah. Pause 3-1, Stray Jack 4-1. Looking to run away with it.
It looks like Turtle has backed out. Earlier, Turtle looked like he jumped into reserve. I'm guessing Embo was just in that round, so he did finally make it in.
Oh, that makes more sense. I was sitting there thinking, I was like, dang, I didn't recognize Embo was in here, but yeah, you are 100% right. Good eyes and good knowledge on the reservist there.
Oh, yeah. Well, Turtle just, he played on our team, and he just left to get away from the everyday competitive life of Onward, and just sit back and kind of reserve every now and then. So,
right. And there's nothing wrong with that either. I mean, me personally, I feel more competitive when I stick to one team, but obviously if you're not looking for just competitive, but more high-level play and just enjoy Onward as is, yes, reservist is the way to go, and it's not a bad way to go.
No, it isn't. I mean, you could... If you ever feel like getting back into, you know, being a reservist, or back into the league, then being a reservist, you can bounce around a couple teams that we're thinking about and kind of feel out the chemistry and how they play and see if you like it before making that commitment as well.
This is my spot.
Exactly.
Montel spawn.
First shots are going to come out from Killinger out of hospital. Vikings with a very heavy Eastern presence here. Lon Wick almost connecting with Thrywin.
One is east.
Yeah, big 4-man push in the east. Embo there on the basement entrance, the garage entrance. Shadow Warrior up on the 2-story. Looks like Mantis on the first floor, 2-story. Thrywin way back there, throwing out smoke, trying to make this cross.
Needs to be careful. Needs to possibly let Embo or Shadow take Lon's attention and or maybe get shots on Lon.
Yeah, and Lonwick is able to kind of slice that pie just slightly. He's got to find Thrywin here, unless Thrywin with all the pre-fire.
Thrywin just walking those bullets into Lon.
What a play. That's a nice play. I mean, you're totally giving away your spot with all that pre-fire and sound suppression. But he is just putting bullets in every single crevice that someone could be sitting in. That was a...
ability when you've got a wall of bullets.
Yeah, when you got that big mag, you just keep firing. That's what they're there for. And the last 4 of the beginners are staying close to tucked in there on OBJ. 1 in the warehouse, 2 in the warehouse, and 2 in hospital itself.
Thrywin may be an issue for possibly Paz and Stray Jack. I don't know if it's going to have an eye on Raffaello through the wall. But
Yes.
Thrywin and Shadow starting to be a little dangerous here in the dunes.
Yeah, Straight Jack has a little bit of coverage here from the South Dunes behind this box. He is looking towards Post Office and Tank Courtyard. So what do you call this building here by OBJ to the east? What do you guys call that?
I don't have a call out for the building. I typically, as shots come out from the dune, I typically just talk about the elbow, that wall on the OBJ side of the building.
Oh, okay.
I always just call that elbow, and then everything else is kind of dunes. You got your snipe 3-story whatever, but yeah. Now that I think about it, I don't think I've ever said anything about this building.
Yeah,
I've never had a call out for it.
Yeah, a lot of people don't call out places that usually don't have an entrance to them. You know, it's just
True.
something they have to go around, so usually there's not a call out for a lot of that. But
Yeah.
I like to give ours. You know, some people looking to get their own. You know, figure out something for them to start with. And the reason I call it Post Office is there's a bunch of papers sitting on the ground right in front of it. So, Post Office seemed fitting.
Yeah, I'm just now seeing the paper on the ground. I didn't notice. I was like, "There's paper on the ground." Shots still coming out from Thrywin in the dunes, but yeah, Post Office wouldn't be a bad call out.
The back?
I think it would be my intention would most likely end up being like building east of OBJ next to elbow. You know, I would make it way too complicated. So Post Office works really well for me.
Mantis and Miyagi coming through the east there, pretty uncontested. Nobody is really even looking that way right now. So if they stay quiet, these guys keep them busy over here. I think that's what a lot of the pre-fire is from Thrywin and Shadow Warrior, just dumping fire into the warehouse and keeping these guys focused this way while the other two circle around. But beginners are smart, so you know, sooner or later they're going to start realizing that there's going to be somebody on their east.
Being very disciplined though, not really getting super peaky, staying tight. Depending on any utilities coming out on the OBJ, it's not going to be tough to spray into the smoke and take out anybody possibly capping, but with the spread out offense, it's going to be tough to just hold off the round. Imbo.
Nice shot by Ambo. Got the shot through the window. Killinger is going to be exposed here shortly from Mantis. Raphael does find Embo on that refrag. Thrywin is pushing into OBJ area here. These guys are starting to pinch. Shadow Warrior finding Raphael. Killinger finding Mantis over in gas station. OBJ is open.
Just crashing.
Go.
Oh, got paused. Got to sit there. We get the quick refrag. All down to Killinger.
We're
Shadow
going
Warrior going for the cap.
Do it.
First.
Oh, they got the kill. They got the kill.
Damn it.
Need to have a call out.
Okay, it was fine. I didn't call it out because I wasn't sure where you were.
That's what I guess you're right there too. He was calling out exactly the same thing. I didn't get it out. It's not their fault.
Yeah, I mean, point's a point, right? I mean, it was excellent. The fact that he went for the revive and then to back his buddy up while he capped, I mean, that's teamwork right there. That's extra level, you know, strategizing and understanding the game there. You know, trying to go for the cap yourself, and if you just, let's say maybe he didn't look at his tablet, he thought he was possibly the last man left. You know, not really sure, and you try to go for the cap and get killed, and you got your buddy sitting there, you know, bleeding out. So getting that revive and then guarding his back while he capped, I feel like was an excellent plan.
It obviously worked out that somebody else was able to get the kill. Well, I think actually, was it Shadow that got that ending kill, or was Killinger taken out by somebody else? Yeah. We were literally just talking about the idea that he didn't get the call out.
Killinger was killed by someone on the other by gas station pushing it.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, it definitely works out that he went for the revive and he could cover the capper that was there first. But unfortunately, I have a bad taste in my mouth about watching refrags and running in with a syringe because I've done that. I've run the syringe first and got caught the moment I've hit the revive, and we both go down.
Yes.
It happened literally just last night. Cameron C-Ford me from the Siren Snells. C-Ford Murphy. I run in around the corner with a syringe out, and he's just waiting with a gun to mow us both down the moment I got to stab. But it works out sometimes in somebody's favor. Typically, I think now I'm going to run in gun first.
It's usually best. And it's just, awareness. And, I think they realized that the other guy was still in hospital. And, was it lucky? Was it, we're going to call it, they knew. They just knew it. He just knew that he had the time.
Yeah.
Just somewhere around in that
These
general
high IQ, 100 IQ team strats coming out from beginners and Vikings, I'm sure. Yeah. They probably got kill count down in the back of their noggin even without saying it.
Oh, man. I lose track after one sometimes.
I'm having to scream inside my head the code the entire time as a MARSOC member, just like, okay, let's try to remember it. Let's try to remember it. So trying to keep any other numbers in my head while playing is almost impossible.
Yes, it is. I'm the same way. Even though I feel like I can remember it can be the easiest code, but then you go about a minute or two without thinking about it, and you're like, what was that again?
Yep.
We got a good spread here from the offense. Beginners sending 2 into hospital, and they got 2 into the north, and 1 hanging back. Maybe a drone. Usually when they stay back like that. Stray Jack. No drone, but he's just kind of taking Overwatch down, to center burning in that west area. So let's check out the defense.
At least be dangerous towards Thryerwan's position. Maybe Embo if they were to start crashing towards the OBJ. But yeah, very peculiar little long distance sniper position there.
It is. Defensively, Shadow Warrior here in Impact second story, kind of in that cheeky little spot. It's hard to deal with until you're in his line of sight. Embo in a good spot here in the far west, guarding that OBJ. Thrywan pushed up just past gas station on that concrete wall, trying to catch anybody on the cross. Very protected. He's got people guarding his back with Miyagi and Mantis's help, so no real worries on that. Looks like Killinger has made it to the rooftop, and Raffaello is in the bottom of hospital here.
He's far end of the gap. I think he's far end.
Killinger staying nice and low, using the railings to help protect himself. Mantis trying to find Raffaello here in hospital.
I think I hit but didn't down hospital.
drone down.
And there was a drone, so Shadow Warrior just took a drone down in the west, looking for spots.
That's what I was getting ready to say. I didn't see the drone or hear it or even see it come down, but I was getting ready to say Shadow Warrior might have been dealing with a Guardian issue, shooting off into the distance, but
yeah,
they were efficient shots.
They were. I see it every now and then. Some people, there's teams out there, high strategy teams, they know they got a guy out flanking like that, and they'll put 1 or 2 guys guarding that guy's, back and his angles, and the one flanker will just toss out fire just to get seen, hoping somebody's going to push on him, and then he's got his teammates there to get that kill. That's next level stuff,
Level.
Next level.
Mantis in gas station, trying to get shots out towards Killinger and Raffaello. Lasers were crossing there just a second ago. Raffaello might find Mantis's head if Mantis is not careful.
Okay, zumindest Pause.
Yeah, gas station's tough to be in because there's so many windows and openings that you feel like you're protected when you're in there, and then all of a sudden you get picked from your side.
Saying we're coming up on 2 minutes left and there's still not a kill.
Not like the 1 minute 7 second round, huh?
Exactly. So many shots so far too. It's not like they've just been creeping around and not making noise.
Same. Miyagi, if they smoke and push onto me, be ready to shoot him from across where you are behind the concrete.
Now 2 minutes left, still a full 5v5.
And a little bit of that play, like I was calling earlier, you have some guy being bait. Mantis is kind of bait here. They know he's here. They're going to do everything they can to get him. So as long as he doesn't expose himself, they decide to try to push on him. Thrywan is right here to watch that cross for anybody trying to get him. Oh, quick. Thrywan got a little nervous and little desk pop there. Beginners smoking out gas station. Raphael making his push up. Frag coming out, nobody there. And Killinger is making the cross, gets down by Thrywan. Thrywan is going to be looking for Raffaello.
Rainbow 4.
Shadow Warrior
Rainbow
fine
2.
and Lon quick, and that's that spot I was telling you about. That's so cheeky and tough.
Rainbow 1, we got one.
Quickly down to a 5v2. Miyagi gets paused at the same time Embo does, all down to Raffaello.
One was on me, he's on the corner here.
Oh, right. Okay, sorry.
And call out from Thrywan.
Raffaello
Raffaello.
in a two-piece. Wow, what a shot there. Holy
Raffaello
moly.
needs to be careful. Miyagi just to his left.
1v3. Raphael with an excellent two-piece shot there, and Embo does find Raphael to take Vikings to a 3-up here on quarantine.
Man.
Ooh-wee.
Yeah.
That was something there by Raphael. I thought he was done. He had like 4 lasers on him for a while, and he just popped, 2 guys just instantly there at gas station. Really turned the tide on that for a second.
Especially with Thrywan knowing exactly where Raphael was, giving that call out towards who I believe it was Embo. No, not Embo. It was Mantis there in the gas station close by. But Thrywan and Mantis both pushing up, knowing exactly where he is, unable to get that turn as Raphael is swung around. It was a very dangerous spot. Miyagi had no idea that just to his right, Raphael was waiting behind a Hesco, but thankfully for the Vikings defense, Embo was staying tucked in that Western little warehouse there in the doorway.
Yeah, that doorway is very powerful. I've played that a lot in the past. It's becoming a little bit more known, and now that I say it on cast, of course it will be as well. But man, there's no other entrance to this but here. And you sit at this doorway, and you can see all the way to gas station and White Car, and you are not exposed much at all. Half your body. So you have so much. You got all of OBJ covered. Very good defensive spot here, and very hard to deal with. Literally, somebody has to come up on this west side, maybe just randomly toss in a frag or something to even think about getting you, or flash and then push on you. So very tough to deal with on that spot. But being a little far distance away, if people know you're over there, 1 or 2 good smokes is going to draw you out.
The one thing to also think about, where you are now the controller and you're not just kind of playing an FPS pancake shooter. I'm left-handed, so that door frame that Embo was using would not have been very useful for me.
Yep.
Unfortunately, I can learn and see where possibly to look and take care of certain people if I'm on the offense, but a lot of times I literally will pick my defensive spot based on, can I hide with a left-handed angle?
Right. Yeah, it's very true. I'm not left-handed, so but I get myself in those same situations where even I'm in a spot where I wish I was left-handed. Very, very powerful spot that didn't work out for me. Thrywan coming in, getting a 2-piece again here.
Rainbow 3.
Beginners having a very heavy coverage here on the impact, quickly going down. Killinger behind that little turbine there. Killinger getting a 2-piece back to deck 3v3 here.
Roger.
Got the far south flank there by Mantis. Nobody knowing he's coming up.
Echoes 3.
As you say that, Miyagi's out in the middle calling for Shadow Warrior to allow Mantis to make up some ground. Very important to be able to be aware of where your teammates are and allow them to make sure that the plan still comes together. Although possibly there was a good kill count, you might know you're facing a team of 3. Being a team of 3, it's still always better to have some sort of match moderator, as Miyagi is able to rally the troops and let them know, hey, we've got time, let's get it done.
Exactly. And I was impressed by Thrywan to even get them call-outs while he was under fire there in impact building.
Yeah, it makes a huge difference in a sense of not only Wow, man, just almost finding Stray Jack with that M203, landing just around the corner.
Yeah, Stray Jack gets behind gas station here, covered, but that was an excellent M203 through that window to clear out anybody that's possibly in there. It's another powerful spot here. I actually just played the other night in a comp lobby. I like this little spot. You're tucked behind the wall. Stray Jack is. Looks like he's got a C4 clacker. Ooh, I'm excited now. Where's that car? Ooh, right underneath him, under the carport of gas station. So anybody tries to push on him, he's able to blow that up.
Paz almost in a dangerous position now, no longer as Shadow Warrior gets off of second floor burning. At one point, Paz had crossed into Shadow's laser. Shadow was unable to get a shot out, but now they're rotating that issue is no longer. But Miyagi and Shadow working together can be dangerous, especially this close to the OBJ. They're going to have to deal with getting in between the three-man offense with Killinger and Pause and Crash and Stray Jack and Gas, but it's not unheard of. We got a 3v3 with 3 minutes left coming up.
Yeah, it's a dangerous push coming up through the middle like this because you're surrounded. Just as you were saying, you're coming in between the defense, which they don't know. You know, they don't know exactly where these people are at, but you gotta. Those are the two main lines that people want to play. Is having that kind of cross finish line where Stray Jack and Killinger are looking across the map at each other, and nobody gets through. You know, Pause is guarding the only other flank spot that could possibly go down. But as you can tell, I'm going to take off the lasers and the names. I mean, this is what, in the game, this is what you're looking at, right? So let's just jump on to Shadow Warrior here. You know, this is what he sees. There is no lasers. There is no outlines of people. There's no arrows telling you where these guys are at. It's all about knowing the map, knowing your opponent, listening for audio cues, and just your quick reactions. So what we see as a caster is, you know, eye in the sky. We get all the goodies. You know, we can see where everybody's at and be able to make those calls easily. But as a player in the game, you got a lot going through your mind. It's all the nervousness of playing a top team, you know, getting that ranking, and knowing like you're last man up, and it all comes down to you to win it or not. A lot goes on.
It's a totally different game as a caster compared to as the actual player. It's
yeah, and as a caster, we're seeing it in 2D. You know, like we're seeing it in a pancake version, right? So being in the game, like you're immersed, you're in the game, you're hiding behind that wall. You know, your body moves, the avatar moves, right? You have to hold your gun up with your hands and pull the trigger. You know, you're not clicking a button or moving a mouse. So super immersive, super addicting. So if you don't have, you know, 5 hours a day to play Onward, you may not want to buy the game.
Yeah, true that. It is tough to only play for an hour. Well, and I guess it is more probably a healthier thing to just Stray Jack prematurely detonating C4 near gas. If you just play for your quest battery life, it's probably a little bit more healthier. As Stray Jack might find Miyagi.
And he does. Nice job there. Yeah, so they're, you know, being hooked up lengthwise or hooked up to just a battery, you are limited a little bit. Killinger finding Shadow Warrior quickly coming down to a 2v1 here. Mantis last man up. Got that 30-second beep that goes off on your in your headset telling
Mantis
you.
not concerned. Stray Jack.
Not much you can do there. It's gonna be a tough one. Oh.
A tough one. I was gonna say earlier, Thrywan getting those shots, as you were saying, being able to get the call outs as well at the exact same time, you might as well count that as another positive, like, kill. Not necessarily kill, but anytime that you can maybe not put up a bunch of good stats for your team or your kill feed, if the more you do in game allowing others to get those kills, it's teamwork, baby. That's what makes the dream work, you know?
Absolutely.
So Thrywan able to get the shots as well as that call out, like you said, it is beneficial. Unfortunately for the attackers, it didn't work out, but it did make the who was it there? It did make the Vikings sweated it out a little bit there. Well, sorry, beginners.
Yeah. No, and the tough part about, I mean, I use a stock, so I use a Boak stock by James Boak, and I mean, I absolutely love it. Super lightweight. It's got a cup style where the controllers slide into the cup, so it's not magnet. All carbon fiber and plastic, so super light. I don't even know it's there. But the tough part is of making them grabbing your radio. You literally have to bring your hand to your shoulder, but you have to take your hand off your gun. So there's them couple of seconds that you lose with your gun up, that you're reaching on your shoulder, grabbing your radio, and calling to your teammates, and then getting your hand back on, either like myself into a stock. There's that 1 to 2 second delay where you're not focused on or your gun up ready for someone to pounce on you, just as Killinger did at that time. So, but I wouldn't play without a stock. I cannot play without a stock now anymore. I absolutely love my stock.
Which one do you use?
The Boke.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Got your old Boke stick to you. I've got a Glisco Magni. Got the old magnetic cups, which I'm now realizing is a little loud inside the actual game.
Yeah, you can hear slightly on the Boke just because it's the plastic on plastic, but it's very light.
Yeah.
But I used a magnetic stock before. No brands. I'm not gonna say any brands, but just didn't fit well with me. It was heavy. I didn't like it. When I picked up the Boke, within 1 to 2 days of using it, I'll never go back without one.
Little free advertisement for old JB there.
Yeah, I mean, I try not to. Just because I haven't used any other ones, a lot of them, but it's from what I can tell, it doesn't. It's just a lightweight, and you're able to hold an angle for a long time and not get
Well,
tired.
I made it to the southeast rock.
But I've seen a ton of great DIY ones on the Discord. People making their own, and I mean, people come up with some clever stuff, man.
The most clever and in terms of like efficiency per price scale I've ever seen is by a Discord member by the name of Brett Six Live. He's a NJ caster, and he made one out of a bunch of toilet paper rolls and duct tape.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
and
next
apparently
level
it's
there.
efficient. Yeah, he snipes very well with it.
Yeah.
She's dead. I don't need.
Raphael finding Embo there in the South Dunes.
No, that's the guy.
Like I was saying, whatever works for you. Whatever you're used to, whatever you can do.
Whatever gets the job done.
That's right. Thrywan, man, with a big push, aggressive push here. No one knows he is here. Hearing Raphael call out, hearing Killinger. If he just stays quiet, man, he's gonna do some damage over here.
Got a pretty tight defense on the OBJ with Miyagi overwatching, as well as going to be able to hear any push into the bottom of the hospital.
Yeah, Shadow,
One on near white car.
Shadow Wire finding pause there at the white car by Dunes. That's be quickly revived, it looks like, by Lonwick, as long as he stays down. And the only thing I could tell people is when you're watching this game, playing this game, always put 4 to 5 extra shots into a body after they go down. Don't, you got to confirm. There's so many small hitboxes. You could land behind a bush or a little concrete block or something. You feel like you're getting that confirm kill. But you got to just make sure that guy dies. Thrywan finding Killinger, doesn't quite make the shots land, does give away his position. And Thrywan's going to back off slowly, knowing that he is now been called out.
I think Killinger was very surprised by Thrywan's position, the way the callouts were coming out. They were very unaware and, I believe, trying to make sure that they weren't getting TK'd. Thrywan making a lot of noise, but nothing connecting between the two and going to rotate on out.
Yeah. And, not just because he didn't get anybody, right? Thrywan didn't kill anybody. He also disrupted their push. He's got these guys thinking now. They're afraid to make any kind of moves. They have no idea where this guy is or where he went. And they're afraid to even, slightly expose themselves to this mall area. So not only does it just disrupt it, it's going to slow these guys down and kind of play in their minds a little bit. Embo's still alive. Going to be bleeding out here shortly. Could be giving some call outs. Mantis is making his way over there. I don't know if he's going to go for that revive or not.
Embo just died as Raffaello comes around the corner.
Oh, man. Lonwick finding Shadow Warrior. And Paul is taking shots on his tank courtyard, not finding him.
Center tank guy was by center tank.
Killinger getting the confirmation. That's what we're talking about right there. Is you down a guy, put half a mag back into him, make sure he is down.
Miyagi, that's all that's really left that's going to be able to defend a cap, but starting to get further away from the OBJ. Thrywin finds Straight Jack for the headshot.
Yeah, Thrywin took up kind of a dangerous little position here. He's kind of stuck now, but he can still do some damage if they don't find him. Killinger tries to push up around this side. Thrywin gonna see. Oh, he does find him. Nice job there. Onward timing almost went against him. Like you said, Miyagi is the only one truly back here to protect the OBJ. 2v3. It was a 2v5, wasn't it? Wasn't it a 2v5 all ago?
It was.
I think it
was a little bit more swung, yeah. But I was sitting there looking, I'm like, it is a 3v2. Where's the third? But I forgot Raffaello still just hanging around the dunes.
Yep. Yeah, it was a 2v5 because Thrywin got Straight Jack trying to cross the street, which brought it to 2v4. Then he found Killinger there as well, so 2v3. Oh, Pause does find Miyagi, and this is open here, but them might not know if Thrywin is going to be running back. Is going to probably give up his life here. Make sure he doesn't get capped on. And there goes Pause finding Thrywin. Bringing beginners up 4-3.
Yeah, as you were saying, give up his life. You're much better off as a defender getting shot if you're the last one. You're much better off getting shot than you are letting the cap go out. So him leaving cover to get closer to the OBJ to just make sure that no footsteps are around. At least they got the job done in terms of defending the cap. That's priority number uno for defense. Do not let the cap happen.
Yes, caps are not only points, hurting your team by points wise, but also like the morale. You get capped on and you lose 2 points, it just does something to everybody on that team. Just really brings the momentum and the morale down. So it's not only a physical 2 points lost, but then it's also an emotional effect on the team. So just like there, it was 3-3, right? Losing 1 point doesn't lose the map for you. Losing 2 points loses the map for you. So Pause knew better. He just ran out. Just kill me. We'll take the 1 point loss rather than losing the map, and we'll come back on the next round.
And especially with the IVRL setup of you want to play to win the maps, but in reality you're looking to play for every single round, because at any point in time you can go into the second map being down a couple points and it doesn't matter. Like, as long as you play better on the second map, first map is only, again, just the rounds. You're looking to put up as many points as you can, because that gives you more opportunities and a bigger window to come back and win if you do go into map 2 down.
Smoke someplace?
Yes, you're exactly right. It is not only is it just 2 maps trying to win the map, but it's always total points here in the IVRL. So, like you mentioned, you could win the map, first map, maybe 5-2. But if you give up 3 points, or if you lose the first map 5-2, then you come back and win the second map 5-3. You win the overall points wise. So every point matters.
The best thing you can do is just not allow yourself to get skunked on a map. If you can get at least 1 to 2 rounds on your not map choice, much better off for map 2.
Oh yes, yeah.
You went behind that
Especially
broken one.
when it's not your map pick. If you can start getting rounds on the opposing team's map pick, you're much more favored at that point.
Right.
Because obviously you're going to pick something you're comfortable with for your map pick. But
Us.
Yeah, taking rounds off their map pick or even winning their map. Wow. I mean, that's devastating for sure.
Me. Yes, us.
Drone coming out. Heard it somewhere.
you've got Lego for days in chat talking about you there, laughing.
Oh,
seriously, the clip started.
Lego just needs to go home. He needs to go home. Me and Lego are good buddies. He was also on tempo. Also currently just recently left due to in real life, stuff going on, very busy in real life, and just doesn't have the time to continually, play, competitive and as much as we do.
Rainbow 4
Do
got
have
one south.
an aerial drone out by the Vikings,
That should
swooping
be the
in
only one
just
from going
above
for us, by the way.
on hospital on camera 2.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Come out from center burning. I believe it might be Imbo flying. Yes,
Yes.
Imbo on the sticks.
Right when again with that 249, just pre-fire to every single spot you can find, trying to cross that street.
I got the cross, my spot is clear.
There was a call out I heard over the telephone waves about the drone, and Stray Jack finally finds it.
Yep. And they might have got the info that they
I
needed.
got the drone.
If drones are played correctly, they're a huge advantage on your offense. I mean, one, you have to make sure M203 does not connect there, but excellent try. You have to make sure your whole team knows the call-outs that you're using, right? So you just can't say, oh yeah, over there in that building in the north. What? Right? So you have to, everybody's got to be on the same page if you're going to fly a drone, otherwise it's useless. So a drone not only takes, great teamwork and everybody being on the same page, but the ability to find those positions and knowing where they're at.
Yep. It almost being able to take advantage of the drone as a MARSOC member. If you have somebody on your team that's able to do that, you might as well. Yeah, you're taking a gun out of the fight at the moment, but you're basically adding a caster onto your roster. If they can fly that drone around correctly and give the adequate callouts to get shots towards those positions, you are adding me or Lamp and saying, hey, this is where they're at. Stray Jack finding Thrywan. So the drone so far not gonna be very efficient getting any callouts for a kill.
Yeah, I mean you are right. The only difference in the drone and the caster is the drone doesn't have any outlines or anything like that, and it's in kind of black and white. So yeah, you get a clear picture, but you don't see through walls and stuff like that. So but you're absolutely right. If you got guys hiding on the roof or hiding in a corner, that drone's going to be able to help pick those guys out. And man, to know that information going into an area, huge advantage. Absolutely huge.
We've got Shadow and Imbo very close to the hospital. Gonna have eyes on the OBJ here in a second. They might be rotating away from the line that I was expecting.
Maybe
Miyagi trying to pick off paws in that very powerful spot.
Shadow, you ready?
Imbo has pushed up on ambulance just on the other side of the wall from Raffaello. Raffaello getting a call out, but Stray Jack
Embo did get the call out right before he died. Again, that was that time where he called out the radio. Wow, and Shadow Warrior picking up 2. Stray Jack last man up. Now this is a tough one to defend because you can cap inside the building and outside the building. So you just have to go out again and die. But beginners can lose a point here, but they cannot lose 2 points. Stray Jack finding 1. Now if these guys split up, keep him busy. If Lone Miyagi can get inside, he can get this cap.
Ability out from Stray Jack. That was a frag. Oh man. Just in Shadow Warrior's previous position.
Oh, I don't know which way to go because somebody, man, if these guys can do this correctly, they're probably talking about it. One needs to push inside, one needs to push outside. Miyagi is going inside, it looks like.
Smoke may be able to mask his push in, although Shadow might see Stray Jack here in a second.
There it is, Stray Jack going down to Shadow Warrior. Ooh-wee.
Wow.
I know, I wanted to see that. I wanted to see the cap on the inside, just, just for the folks at home, not based on teams or anything, but just, wow. That'd have been a great play.
Now, bringing map number 1 4-4. I think this is probably something we could have expected from beginners and Vikings.
Yes, absolutely. Man, these these tense matches. I mean, it's tense in the game, but it's also tense back here behind the wheel, watching these and trying to pick up everything for you guys on all the right spots and angles. And luckily, though, with bigger maps like this, it's easier to see the action coming. But man, when you're on like on a cargo or suburbia, it is so hard to pick up, get that good angle. But wow, 4-4. I mean, it can't get any better. Literally could not get any better.
I'm unfortunately already looking ahead, trying to figure out what we're going to do for map 2. But yeah, I mean, this tie-breaking round for map 1, really is. I mean, obviously, watching a tie-breaking round on map 1 is super fun and interesting. But when you really get down to the nitty-gritty of it and think about it, it just allows map 2 to be just as close. Because when you, as we were talking about earlier, if you do get skunked out, which obviously isn't the case between beginners or Vikings, but if you lose map 1 5-0, that's super downing for your team's motivation. You know what I mean? You go in 5-0, and do you have the mental fortitude to be like, all right, screw that. That was map 1. We can do the exact same thing to them on map 2, but we'll see.
Yeah, 4v. I mean, we're going full max 9 rounds on quarantine. It doesn't get any better than this, folks. You know, can we see a matchup of the week coming? I mean, wow.
To the numbers, it's been a very good cast so far. I really enjoy everybody hopping in here, checking out the chat, checking out the stream. If you aren't a part of the Discord, you need to get in so you can get a part of this this action and maybe be playing in the match instead of watching.
Yeah,
really appreciate everybody watching.
The chat's been amazing. Everybody but Lego. I mean, Lego, you can go home anytime now.
Do have the center burning OBJ now.
Yeah, 2 defense trying to, or 2 offense, Raphael and Stray Jack here trying to cross this street. Can be dangerous. Doesn't look like anybody's really watching or worried about it. They don't want to expose themselves as well. What we got? Thrive when he is trying to guard north roof here. We got Pause and Killinger both trying to push this. Thrive staying nice, tucked down and low, just behind the little sand mound here. Gonna try to get a great shot, an angle down to this northeast bush. Defensively, we got Embo in hospital. Mantis just south of North Roof in between the 2 tanks. Lone Miyagi is on front of... Oh my god, just missed it. Thrywan taking down
I'm pretty
2.
sure there's one more at least.
Taking Killinger down and taking Lonwick down. Pause still creeping in. Flash coming out. Pause being blinded here with the pre-fire. Thrywan should know that Pause is blinded.
I was expecting Thrywan to take that jump off the roof and circle around.
Yeah, that is excellent teamwork there. Stray Jack finding Thrywan on the rooftop, clearing this open. Somebody should be going back for Lonwick. And it looks like Pause might be taking that, picking that guy back up. Revives are just as important as kills in this, in a map like this. The distance, like we talked about before, losing a man is detrimental. So he's going to have plenty of time to get that with the last few guys here down in a lower elevation, not able to see anything going on up there. Beginners taking their time. Nobody's really pushing. Stray Jack still in 2-story. Raffaello's coming through back of mall. Revive does come out there. Pause does bring back Lonwick from the depths.
Putting it back to a 4v4. 4-2-4, just a little less than 4 minutes.
Yeah. I like it. Raphael holding the smoke. I don't know if he put it in his pocket or just held it with him, but taking the smoke with him across the street. Pro level strat there. Always put smokes in your pocket and just run. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that.
It gets caught out pretty quick.
Yeah. Hey, that smoke is moving at like 5 miles an hour. What's going on? One of our teammates did that on Downfall, and he was doing it just running across the map with a big red smoke in his pocket, like.
We had just had that happen as well. We had, oh shoot, I can't think of the name of the player that was reserving with us at this point in time. Oh, it was Evolution.
Oh, okay.
Reserved for us in VRML and was also dealing with a moving smoke and made that call out. It was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Good time.
The game can be super fun, man. I mean, obviously it's mostly always fun, but when you're in a high-level intensity stuff like this, a lot of people forget about making it fun as well. Shadow Warrior finding Pause. I'm really stuck on Raffaello and Embo here. These guys kind of might see each other. It looks like Embo's too far back. He's not going to be able to see him come around.
Still 2nd floor, burning.
Lonwick taking shots there. Center burning. Can't quite connect those. And Miyagi looking for Straight Jack, but Straight Jack pops out of the crater, finds Miyagi, tucks back in just before getting refragged by Shadow Warrior. Flashes.
3-3.
It's just back and forth. I mean, this is like a boxing match, just back and forth punches.
Just an absolute slobber knocker of a map 1.
Like Raphael is trying to push inside the hospital here. Got Embo upstairs. Depends how Embo plays this. He can look down
He's upstairs.
below
Hospital.
really hard. But no,
Hospital, lower
Embo's...
floor.
And they both call each other out. Straight Jack working in to get back up on Raffaello, looking at hospital roof.
Come fast, Georgia.
Lonwick still in the north, just sitting and waiting. They got 1 minute left to get the center burning, so not much time left. They're going to have to make that push. Somebody's got to deal with Embo up here. Raphael might be that guy to try to take that from him. Oh, Mantis
One down,
fighting.
white car.
Lonwick coming
in the
down
north,
from the roof.
Northwest.
Vikings with the advantage, 3-2 here. Embo is causing these guys a lot of distraction. They know he's up there, but he's staying to his position where he can't get picked. And, I mean, that's great because there's only 30 seconds left. These guys got to make a move. Shadow Warrior taking down Stride Jack. We're going 3v1. Embo coming down, getting picked off by Raphael. 26 seconds. Raphael has got to make the move with center burning now.
Unfortunately, maybe not. Unfortunately, Shadow, gotta look out.
Oh, and Shadow Warrior does find him there. Sealing the victory. Map 1 on beginner's map. Here, quarantine 5-4. Excellent work by the Vikings. I mean, who's to say that 4v5 very first round that beginners lost, you know, was the map decider? You know,
Yeah.
the very first round and something like that, not having a full roster at that moment. That's, you know, that
Tough.
possibly changed the whole match.
I don't know if you're seeing the inside KD scoreboard. Straight Jack and Shadow Warrior, 11-6, 11-5-1.
Wow.
Yeah, tied for the killer of map 1.
Yes.
But goodness gracious, what a matchup!
What a back and forth battle. I mean, it does not get any better than this. I hope y'all are enjoying this today on this wonderful Sunday afternoon. I am Lanky28, Lampowski with me. We are going to go to map 2 here shortly. They will re-host and send Vikings into hosting the next map. So we will also have to leave this, send you to an intermission, and be back on map 2 with you. Stay tuned, folks. Man, what a matchup. Back and forth. Map 2 is not going to want to be missed. Coming down 9 rounds here on the very first map. Vikings taking it 5-4, and we will see you shortly. All right, welcome everybody back into this amazing Sunday afternoon EU matchup between beginners and Vikings. Looks like they have got the lobby up and everybody is in. We shall be starting here very shortly, and we, as you can tell, are on Snow Peak. Let me go ahead and get the maps changed for you. Lambo, what do you think about that first one, man? I mean,
dude, I knew it was going to be a good matchup. I didn't expect 9 rounds. I think that might either be my first or second 9-round map now as a IVRL caster. I love any time that we can see it, because as we were mentioning, where we fight for every single round in the IVRL, that close of a map, number one, just allows everybody to not be bummed out about how map 1 turned out. Yeah, one team has to start out 1 round down, but with it being the beginners and they're holding defense first, maybe they have a little bit more of a chance to, or at least the mental fortitude to say, okay, hey, let's hold this defense. It's a tie ball game. We take the offense, possibly get 2. I mean, it can work out for anybody's favor, obviously, but staying mentally prepared for being in the game and not just giving up is crucial. And I think dealing with that 9-round map 1, 4 to 5, it allows for map 2 to still be super competitive and super fun to watch. So I'm hoping Snow Peak is just as good as Q1 as we take it from sand to snow.
Exactly. I mean, fire to ice, as I like to call it.
Yeah, I like that.
Same with the, Arctic. There's a couple of snow maps, there's a couple desert type maps. You could say fire and ice to just about any one of them. But I think it just rolls off the tongue nicely, and playing fire now to the ice. But I mean, you're exactly right with the description of map 1 being so close. It just tells you that in map 2, every single round is extremely important. Now that they both have 5 and 4 points, as soon as somebody doesn't get 5 or 4 points, they're done, right? I mean, if one team holds the other team to 3 points, that's match. So super exciting. Cannot wait. I love Snow Peak. Snow Peak is one of my favorites.
Oh, the worst.
It is one of the more fun and different maps in terms of what you got to deal with terrain and the OBJs and how they are set up. It allows for CQB, but in certain spots like those warehouse OBJs, you look at a long range engagement as well. As well as you do. Love Snow Peak.
Yes.
Oh, shit.
I love this. I love this OBJ too. It brings that close quarterness into a big map. So you bring a little bit of cargo into Snow Peak, into a long map here. Shadow Warrior immediately pushing in through the what I like to call Horseshoe Tunnel, the South Horseshoe Tunnel. Killinger, I'm not really sure what he was shooting at. Maybe just pre-firing the hallway.
That's what I was wondering. They were definitely pre-firing a couple of different spots, really right out the gate.
Yeah, so Killinger looked like he was pre-firing the hallway down to North Horseshoe Tunnel. Just, I think, to send that message like, hey, we're here, we're watching. Don't even try to come through this way. Not a bad move. I mean, you're not really giving away a position. Everybody knows where you're at. The OBJ is in the same spot. They all know where it's at. So, but good move. And Shadow Warrior did back off. I mean, maybe that's what caused it right there. Shadow Warrior and Lone Miyagi decided to ban that entrance right there. Decided to take a different route, and it could have been just because Killinger just randomly pre-fired down a hallway. And that's what the game does to you, man. I mean, you start second guessing where you want to approach things.
There is no mini-map. There is no, heartbeat sensor. It's all down to, do you see them or do you hear them? That's the only way they're going to be able to find out. And one of the things that, like you said, they heard them. They just didn't see them. So now it does slow this push in to the tunnel way down.
Yeah, I have the mini-map blown up here, and you're looking at the OBJ, and the defense has got an extremely good kill box sitting around the objective, and the offense has taken over the entire north side. So now they know there's no flankers, right? There's nobody they need to worry about. Once they get through these little valleys between the mountains, they know it's all all good to go once they get over here. So smart move, taking away all this map and knowing that, hey, this territory is ours. We can do what we want over here, and we can push how we want to push. Drone is out. They are taking a look at all the entrances, all the valleys here. The drone's in the north side. They know it's clear to push through the north.
Miyagi is finally inside, out of the snow, has made his way into the warehouse. Still not super close to the OBJ, but now that they are starting to make a little bit more of a push with 3.5 coming up left in round number 1, map number 2. This OBJ, with all the the different little spots you can get to it real quick without having to deal with the long lines of maybe Killinger or Pause, those little sidewalks.
Oh man, Mantis just TK'd. Oh no, that is disheartening right there.
Doesn't bring them out of the fight, but definitely hurts their chances putting it into a 45.
Gives away their position a little bit. I mean, we had the drone out. I'm pretty sure they all knew it was cleared over here, so that's just tough. And that is only, I mean, that's just nervousness, right? You got a guy in front of you. You need to know where he's at. But Mantis also, coming around and seeing somebody come out that north side. Half the map is gone. Drone is flying in, looking for someone. Drone is in. It's going to be heard.
Who'd have thunk the first shots out from round number 1 would have been a TK.
I know. Killinger finds the drone, takes it down.
John.
And I mean, they've spent 3 minutes, you know, clearing out the north and getting here. So now everybody's going to take a tunnel probably and start making their push.
Killinger, although dealing with the drone, knows somebody's seen his position, still continuing to sit behind the crate and wait on Embo's push.
Yeah, it's a powerful spot. I mean, you have to guard this north side somehow. You can't let them get around this bend. Once they get around this bend, they have open free range all the way down this OBJ lane.
Match moderator and Embo calling out minute 47 for the 4-man offense of Vikings, looking to get in a little closer to the tunnel.
I would imagine a heavy smoke push here. I mean, if you get close enough, it's just going to be total smoke OBJ, get everybody running. Smoke number 1 comes out on Killinger, frag coming out, or flash coming out. Double flash coming out, Killinger coming for the kill. Doesn't realize Embo is here, right next to him. But pause, Killinger gets down by Mantis. Wow, Embo is here, flashed. So close.
-1 Rainbow 4.
Great double flash move there. Just didn't look to the right. Was kind of focused up on the mounds there. Miyagi almost almost TKing there. Goes out for the trade. Gets Raffaello. Straight Jack almost took down.
Yeah, he's coming.
Fine, Straight Jack now has a chance for a possible cap. Oh, has to tuck in.
Does find Buzz. Gets the trade. Beginners taking round 1. Wow, that was close. And Lonwick not being on OBJ. Luckily, Embo ducked down and tried to take the shots on him. But if he would have got that shot, he would have capped.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was seeing happening. But man, what a round number 1. The TK early on definitely being a big factor in that, because they had a pretty good push. Obviously, Embo getting very close and very dangerous to the OBJ. Having one more member might have changed something, but we'll never know. As round number 1 did go to the defense.
Yeah, they almost had a TK. They had that TK. The beginners almost had a TK. Straight Jack almost took out one of his members, you know, getting a little aggressive on that push through the tunnels. And I don't think Straight Jack was realizing they were pushing through. But hey, beginners took round 1 here, map 2. And as you can tell on the scoreboard, we are now 5-5. So
Anybody's ball game.
Anybody's ball game. Every point matters.
This also still being, again, Vikings map pick now, as beginners lost theirs. We'll see if that is a continuing concept here, as beginners does take the first round for Vikings map pick, if they can continue. I wonder how comfortable and familiar they are on Snow Peak. Unfortunately, although they joke around and talk about how IVRL should be called beginners versus, I personally have yet to cast a beginners match that I can remember, unless I was
gonna say, I think this is my 3rd or 4th one this year. And they just pick at the exact same times that, like, you know, I'm available. So it's
Yep. That's what I was excited. Yeah, if I'm available, man, I'm around.
Yeah, I think everybody knows us by now. We are here to grab any cast while we're just sitting around, you know, not doing much during the day. So if you're gonna put a cast on a Sunday afternoon at noon or 3, yeah, you're gonna get casted.
It'll be a lamb cast, I'm sure.
Yeah.
This being the first lamb broadcast, tons of shots already.
Boss coming out getting a 2-piece.
Echoes 3.
Wow.
Echoes 3.
Very dangerous for this defense, because there is a full lane of view for Paz, Lawn, and Killinger.
Pause just nonstop, just ran through, just like a train, just rolling over them.
Bananas are playing.
Smoke's coming out. Beginners.
Paz picking up.
Got 4 in the north, or 4 up in on the side of the tunnel here towards the south. 1 was in the north, taken down by Mantis and Pause. Do trade. 4v2. Shadow War, the only man on objective. Embo has got to be hearing somebody over there. Who's not coming out. Embo does trade with Raphael, all down to 1 man here. Shadow Warrior to hold this OBJ down. And you can tell the beginners backed off, you're right? So I gotta got to realize that they're probably strategizing a bit. Whoa.
Shadow runs into the lasers of Stray Jack and Killinger.
And that was not a bad move. 3-1, just wherever they're at, go and die. You know, I mean, we said that a few times now, but that's just the nature of it there. I mean, you got to go out and you just got to die.
The only thing that with that OBJ and where they was initially before they just went out and was taken out by the beginners, I think sitting behind the crate, just kind of like sound checking, right? At least watching that northern push into the tunnel may have been beneficial. Yeah, you got to watch and make sure they aren't capping from around the corner. I think you can cap in those tunnels branching off of the main tunnel, but I could be wrong. I think if you're at the corner of one, you might be able to get close to it. But yeah, I mean, it worked out that they didn't get the cap, but unfortunately was facing 1v3. Not much of a window of
Yeah. 1 second
positive
here.
chance there, but
Onward decided to give me some difficulties here. I'm going to send it to intermission and restart, but if you're still in, will you give play-by-play?
yeah.
Okay.
It's all right. Technical issues are something I'm very familiar with. Just as I said it earlier, the idea of understanding computers is not something that I can get a very good grasp on. They do what they want to do, and we're getting back into round number 3. You get back in, we've got camera 1 on the OBJ. We've got the Metal Tin Shack in the southeast OBJ with beginners up 2-0, looking to hold it down. Perfect. We've
I'll have to set the cams again. All right, didn't miss much. They just loaded in. Luckily, we're back in. We're back in quick. Sorry about that right there, folks. Just little tech difficulties. It wouldn't be an Onward game without a little technical issues.
It wouldn't be a Lambowski cast if it wasn't some technical issues.
We got the offense pushing through. Looks like the north by what we call kill box and through center tunnels. Defensively wise, Lonwick is up on the north. Hesco's by OBJ. 2 push to the garage. Stray Jack is guarding kind of sniper tower area, and Raffaello is guarding that garage down nice and tight, putting a lot of people here towards the west in the garage, or towards the east. Pause comes out here to the west a little bit, watching the lake, making sure nobody's going to cross, and Killinger having his back there right next to OBJ. Stray Jack shooting up in the sky, taking down the drone. I love seeing the extra drone usage here. Would love to have seen a shield, but I don't think we're going to get to see the shield.
You saw me.
Just don't look quite like a shield type team yet.
This round compared to last is much different.
Yeah, now we're in the wide open. You know, a little more conservative play here.
Not a whole ton of pushing, not a whole ton of like just aggressive shots from either team. Obviously, shots coming out from the defenses, they were able to take out the aerial drone, but otherwise, not a whole lot of flinging towards meat.
Yeah.
Utility out though from Shadow Warrior, almost finding Lonwick.
Wasn't there fast enough. I was off to the side, but Shadow Warrior from a toss was he over there by the tunnels and tossed onto Lonwick?
Still right behind that rock, and I'm talking. I don't. If the radius of the grenades is like 10 foot,
comes another one. Comes another one.
Same spot, same exact spot. I'm telling you, just outside of the range. Sign him up for the MLB.
Right.
Oh my goodness, from center to home, so close to landing and finding the first member.
That's something you're doing in free roam, right? That's a toss you're practicing in free roam. I've recently been doing that to practice my positionings with the utility as well. Just go into free roam and just start tossing utility in the spots you want to hit. Thrive when fine and pause. Excellent shot across the lake.
Okay, still on that hill.
Onlook still dealing with these guys. Shadow Warrior moving up slightly. Little hill by hill. Thrive when trying to find another one.
Right there.
May have been seeing Embo shooting over Embo's head.
Yeah, shots out toward the line. Definitely had somebody there to deal with before, but
They may have been seeing this dead body here on the top of the hill.
that's what I was wondering. If they were just able to see like a glimpse of like a black uniform, I'm not sure.
Yeah, because they're pre-firing a lot at nobody. Shadow Warrior coming in with the flashes, looking for Lonwick, clearing out the North Hescos, finding Lonwick in the back, needs to get that confirmed. Killinger does find Mantis.
3.
They have pushed the North Hescos big spot here. I mean, you're in, pebble throwing distance of the OBJ. Got to know there's people to the left and right of you guarding the lines. Need to call in your teammates to help pinch from the sides.
Stray Jack has crashed from his original position, as well as Raffaello is no longer
Guys,
in garage, but in
I
tank.
need you to push. I need you to push. I'm near OBJ.
Shadow being possibly a little too loud for Stray Jack. Stray Jack knows somebody's close by.
Same with Killinger, but Shadow did the right thing. He's got to tell his teammates, hey, we need you to push. I'm here by myself.
Raffaello found Embo in that southern cavern presence. Shadow
Finds Killinger. He's got a cap. He's got a cap out. Can't shoot through both. Cap should be out. Raffaello's too far away. Shadow trying to figure out the code. Nice, there it is. Taking it back, ties it up 2-2. I mean, are you kidding me right now? Oh, man.
Good gracious.
Oh, my goodness. I should have got the snapshot on Killinger. Just waited too long on that replay. But, man, what a cap. What a move there. All set up, our Shadow Warrior was already at North Hescos, and he told his teammates, hey, I'm here. I need you to push. I need you to draw attention. And that's exactly what they did. Throw smokes. They got them guys looking away for a second, not sure where the people are going to come from. So excellent work there. Super exciting, man. Here we go again. I mean, if this goes another 9 rounds, I don't know if my heart can take it. We appreciate everybody in the chat. We've been seeing a lot of good feedback, and I do appreciate that. I know Lembowski appreciates that too. He's going to try to keep an eye on the chat for us to keep us up to date with what's going on. I'm having a hard enough time keeping up with all the amazing plays that have been going down today. But we are so appreciative of everybody here and the IVRL. We are in Season 1. This is the very first season of the IVRL, only 3 weeks in, and we try to cast as much as possible to give you guys the experience of what we deal with and what we see on a daily basis, playing and casting, and just seeing these incredible matchups and giving you something, something to look at. Appreciate y'all being here. We want to thank all of the IVRL board members and the mods. These guys are all, this is not per se just a business conglomerate. This is players of the game that are doing this on their own dime right now. They've created this whole new league, and doing this by themselves for the most part.
Someone move, because they just walked out the other way.
It is a community effort.
Yeah.
Although it is kind of like by themselves, they are working as a team. Everybody's working together. Me, Lamp, all the other casters, all the strategic directors. Obviously, we're just trying to make sure the eyes get put on the matches and what can be available for you if you look to join a league, join a team. But yeah, I'm going to say it 100% is a full team effort here from IVRL.
You already said it earlier, so you can say it all the time now.
Okay, well, never mind then. Just ruined my hopes and dreams. The Stray Jack gets the first shots out after the tying round, putting it 2-2. Vikings now holding a 4-man defense for this southern shack OBJ.
Yeah, the IVRL's biggest thing is, playing for the community. So they appreciate any feedback that you can give, and they take that into heart and to making changes into perfecting the league. So if you as a player have some feedback for them on how things, could improve or other ideas, they love hearing that kind of stuff. Get on the Discord, create a ticket, and they respond so quickly on those.
It is the statement that by players for players.
Yes. Right. Minute
Speaking
in.
of 4 players.
Right.
Only left.
Beginners got a good lead here, 5v4, making this push. They got a nice spread. They're making sure nobody's flanking them. One far back on the lake in the sniper tower. The other one taking another sniper tower on the east side of the lake. And then 3 push south-southwest here, taking care of the double story or the double hangar area, and making sure nobody's over there, nobody's flanking from the far south, and trying to get behind these guys. One of the strongest pushes, I believe, is coming straight along this south wall. If you can get all the way along the south wall where Miyagi is, and you're right behind the OBJ, and you can use this other mountain to peek and pick people off. Coming through the North Heskos is you're coming across so much open lane that it's so hard to push through there. Same with Garage.
That's as you were talking about how Shadow made it happen. He knew in that North Hesco spot he had a ton of open ground to cover. Screaming for the teammates to crash and help is the reason why it is now a 2-2.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. 100%. Nah, we got one spicy matchup today, and it's amazing. I mean, I'm so happy both of us can be able to do this one today.
Yeah, me too. We've got another one coming up soon.
3 p.m. Eastern time.
Yeah, literally an hour and 15 away. We may literally be we may be leaving this one directly into the next one. And if that's the case, it makes no difference to me whether I'm maining or not, brother.
Okay.
If we have to go straight from cast to cast, I'm cool with continuing as we are, unless you want to break.
Okay. Talk about that.
We will talk about that.
We'll talk about it. We got a lot of talking to do. We're still
Yes,
only
we
2v2 here.
Yeah,
2
we're
to 2,
already
map
looking at
2.
the next cast.
I know. It's sneaking up. Who would have thought 3 hours away?
Yeah.
A cast starting 3 hours from the other one, it would have been an issue. But I think Etch and them do this on purpose. Etch and Trip, they make me do the 2-hour-long cast every time, and they get the 30-minute cast. So
It does seem to be the case for you, yeah.
Raffaello running on the open, going. Oh, Shadow Warrior could have saw him. Did not quite peek that way. Lonwick coming up to the north.
Too.
Oh, nice. Finding Killinger. Pause is coming in for that push. And Killinger does find Miyagi, backing him up as Pause.
Now in that position that you were talking about being so dangerous, Killinger and Paz might be able to take care of Mantis, and then somebody might be able to come in here for a cap with a full 5-man offense facing 3 members of Vikings.
Yeah, and this is when you start taking that south over. There's only one small lane on this side, and now you got multiple angles to watch as Mantis is trying to look back and forth. And as one of the great tips that I've been given from my coaches, if you're watching more than one angle, you're watching no angles. So if you got to look back and forth, you're technically really not watching anything like you're supposed to be.
That makes sense. I always find myself head snapping left and right, trying to watch angles, multiple angles especially, but yeah, that makes a lot of sense. These folks out on the OBJ right now not going to be effective to the member that they are trying to deal with in Mantis. Pause getting shots out and injuring.
Yeah, Mantis has no idea where to look. So like we were saying, if you got to bounce back and forth, you're really not watching anything because your movements is so far side to side that it's detrimental to you. Mantis is going down on OBJ. He is on OG. Give some call outs here. Shadow Warrior is about to get peeked by Lonwick. Embo coming in to help maybe get that revive. And oh, what a C4. Wow. That is one smart play there. Staying tucked in, waiting for them to push on you. But now it's all down to Shadow Warrior. Raphael is coming around behind him. Finds him. Beginners going up 3-2.
Raffaello, just as surprised as I was coming around the corner.
Wow.
Goodness gracious.
No kidding. to reach that 2-hour mark already. Not even finished with map 2. It is, but it's worth it. It is for you guys to watch this, for everybody to see this. This is this is like, you know, a championship match here. I mean, it's that good.
Yeah, back and forth currently. Again, still tied up as it is. What is this now? 7-5 or 7-7?
7-7.
I was trying to remember the scoreboard off my own head. Wow.
Extremely wow. It's hard to even say. I mean, we can keep talking about how awesome this match is, and it just doesn't come across as much as we can say it. I mean, proof's in the pudding, as they say, right? I mean, you can watch it, you can see it. The scoreboard shows it. The time shows it, as far as how much strategy is going involved in it. You know, the plays. It's those last minute, 1 minute, minute and a half pushes that have been somewhat common. You know, take away the map, make sure you're safe, get a good idea where everybody's at, and then pounce on that last minute and just cause total chaos.
Yeah.
And make the casters try to follow it.
Yeah, true that. A big part of the offense and how well you can get into the OBJ sometimes is even just causing chaos, causing panic inside the defender's mind. So utilities or anything, just making noise, causing disruptive communications for the defense can sometimes just be as good as well as like being in good position and finding picks.
Yep, exactly. We got single hanger OBJ, which is in the northwest, and the spawn come from the southeast. Complete opposite side. Plenty of time for these guys to make their moves across, but also giving the defense plenty of time also to get settled. Embo going all the way to the south. It looks like Miyagi, Shadow Warrior, Thrywan, and Mantis heading through kind of north center area.
Request fire at any point in time.
Pretty standard defense coming out from beginners. A lot of times I've seen players come out a little further than where Lawnwick is, especially toward that like center bunker.
Yeah.
But very tucked in, and actually not really what I was expecting from beginners.
It wasn't either. I was expecting at least one good push out. I mean, Lawnwick does get out there a little bit, but not quite. This defense, you know, on larger maps, if you stay too tucked in and keep your kill box too small, you're really giving the rest of the entire map to the offense, which they have free roam to move around and get into positions. So sometimes it works. It's a very conservative type of defense. You know, you don't want to get capped on. I think that is the goal here, right? They do not want to get capped on. And they don't want to go down 4 points to 3. So if you keep everybody close, you kind of take that out of the way. But you're allowing the offense to move freely on 90% of the map now, and they can position themselves the way they want. So it's a give and take. You know, you gotta, strategy-wise, beginners are extremely smart. I gotta, believe that they have a reasoning for this.
Completely. They know what's at stake right now. Yeah, it's a regular season matchup, but points are points, standings is standings, and stats is stats. So they're going to be looking to get the win. And like you said, this might be them knowing this is their best opportunity to do so. Be able to take this Volk round and then maybe deal with trying to get some picks coming in from the offensive side next round. But right now they are very tucked in and are not looking to. They are tied 7-7, so they definitely do not want the cap to come out and deal with a 9-7.
Right.
We've got a laser super close to Shadow Warrior's line from Straight Jack. Straight Jack finding Miyagi just over top of Shadow Warrior.
Yeah, nice shot there. I saw Embo. I was focused on Embo. The Embo is across the lake in the far west, and he has a drone somewhere. So he's all alone. Nobody's looking west at the lake right now. So he has plenty of time to move up. If you find that drone, please let me know so we know where that's at.
I think I heard it, but I think somebody might have actually already got it shot down.
Oh, okay. I noticed Embo was not looking at his tablet.
Yeah. I might have heard it. I don't know if I can remember now, but I may have heard somebody get a shot out, or at least call out a drone.
So Thrywan in an ISO tucked in position up here by the north entrance of the horseshoe, and just laying down fire, just suppressing guys, just peeking through those, or popping shots through those fences, because you can shoot through those fences. They are penetrable. Embo making his push up here in the west. You know, you're gonna have a guy in the corner. Yeah, he could.
So nuts to me.
He's doing what? Say it again.
Straight Jack's position, like I've seen people sit either in the tower or behind that wall, but him in that bush right up next to the Heska, that's a very good spot.
It is. PC gives these little bushes an excellent nade by Embo. I was just going to mention earlier that Embo knows where that guy's at, and a good grenade would get him.
He knows where he's at, but knows it's Straight Jack.
And that's where footage comes involved.
Embo needs to be careful.
Paul is coming in, getting in, but then also an immediate refrag from Mantis there. And that's teamwork, folks. I mean, they know he's getting pushed. Excellent work.
Ability out from lawn definitely flashes Mantis.
He was close.
He's down to a 3v3, 3v2.
And then pinch, 3v2. And this is where that tight defense can come, you know, and be a negative effect in ways. You're allowing these guys to get up super close and pinch on you.
Yeah, he was able to slow down Shadow with a flash.
Killinger watching this, yeah. Killinger watching this west entrance, southwest entrance where the lake is. Raphael's watching the northeast entrance to the OBJ. They got a good, you know, so-called finish line.
Mantis may be a danger.
Mantis does find him, taking that wide flank around the hills, all down to 1v2. Now, what does Killinger do? Does he try to protect it, or does he try to die?
With a minute left, I don't think he's in danger of giving up a cap. I think he is going to look and sit. They can't cap from anywhere that he can't see inside that warehouse.
Right.
Well, I mean behind boxes and stuff, but from outside, he's okay. We're going to come up on 30 seconds left, and we're going to see a very, as you say, spicy push.
Yes, sir.
The timer would have already been dinging for him. Mantis and Shadow calling out, let's go in together. They're going to time it. Killinger might have heard Shadow. A frag out.
Wow, gets it.
Yeah, man. What a great nade.
Wow.
This is gracious, bro.
Dude, this matchup, I'll tell you what.
I'm glad we're here.
Yeah. Wow, look at that grenade. Positioning. I mean, you know, that's the Lou. You know, it's one of the Leo we call Lou last man up position. You know, somebody's got to be inside there. So excellent frag work. Don't have to expose yourself. Tossed it through the doorway. Just impressive there.
Nuts. Absolutely nuts. At this point, I don't know how this match could get any better unless we see another round 9 map.
You know, Vikings are up now, 8-7. So beginners cannot give up another point if they want to take this map or take this match.
That's correct.
Beginners go into offense here, so they either have to kill all or they have to cap.
Yep.
Let's see if they let's say they lose this round and give Vikings 9 points, then they go back to defense, which is going to give them 4. So it's technically they could come to a tie.
At this point, they're still trying to fight for a win, but
right.
One more round to the Vikings. At that point, they'd be fighting for a tie. Gotcha.
Yeah, no, wait a minute. So if Vikings, let's just say the Vikings win this one, they go to 4 points on this map. That gives them 9 total points. The beginners have 7. They could win the defense on the next one, gives them 8, and they can go in on a cap on the offense and gives them 10-9. It's possible. So
you're here for the arithmetic.
Man, I mean, it's still up in the air. Let's just say that, but it's got to play out only one way.
Yep.
You know.
The only problem is that I can die quickly because if they spawn out, I would be the rich man.
I'm still trying to like replay what's been going on in front of my eyes. It's been such a fun matchup. All the different plays, all the down to the 1v1s, the 1v2s, the 2v2s.
Yes.
It's been so close. And let's see what this defense shows for Vikings as they are getting a little bit further out with Shadow and Thrywin.
Yep, and they're spreading that defense out. They're going to try to protect that north. That's where a lot of the kills come from. It's from this northeast. These guys get up here behind these Hescos, behind these fences, and they just start picking people apart. So you take that away from them and hopefully disrupt them or even get a few kills out of that. You're going to do some major impacts here. So Vikings being super aggressive. Thrywin going all the way up to kill box. Warehouse. You call it warehouse? You guys call it warehouse?
Yeah, I typically just go with warehouse because of the interior. Like it, I mean, it looks like a warehouse.
I'm gonna follow along with Thrywin here. He's making this big push, and he's got
a big southwest push from Strayjack. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. We just got the offense pushing through these tunnels. It depends if they decide to go through this warehouse building or if they go on that outside north tunnel. Yep, is that Strayjack? He's pushing now all the way around the lake.
Yep.
Kind of taking that same route Embo took before. And looks like Lonwick and Killinger may be coming through north tunnels, not through the warehouse.
We got Raffaello in the center. Out in the hills, dealing with the elements.
Nice.
Thrywin's still tucked in, so it depends if he decides to look outside this doorway. I don't know if Pause is entering his building.
Pause is just on the other side of a pillar. Killinger's footsteps, however, might have caught Thrywin.
Thrywin does get it. Lonwick is looking inside this building now. And Killinger does get that refrag quickly.
One dead.
But Thrywin got one, right? Got one, and he slowed him down. So, did not give up his life for nothing, and that's this name of this game. It's a 5v5. Whatever you do, don't give your life away for free. So even if you trade or you go down, you do a weird flank and you say you get one and you die, you did your job, right? You are one man, you got one. So good on him. Nice work on Vikings there on that defensive push.
Even with if you are a player of the team that's not necessarily the greatest at the fragging aspect, the trigger time, killing other players, if you can get a good call out before your death, and that leads to your team getting that kill later, I mean, it's still you. With it being 5v5, yeah, you don't want to die giving up nothing but your life. But information is information. If they can hear and figure out something that helps them get to the end of the round and possibly win it for him, that's still that's a K in my book for my stats if I'm able to help Murphy find somebody.
Absolutely. It's like you said, information is key in this game because they can't see, right? You can't see lasers, you can't see body lines. You need information. You need to know where people are located. Mantis tucked in on that north side of the Hescos there. Lonwick searching for him. Lonwick is dangerously peeking this side. I think he decided to back off. There's a long line from a million different spots looking up towards that north.
Which lane one?
Shadow Warrior.
You're already there.
Yeah, no, it's good call there. He's going to be it's going to be difficult for these guys. It depends on Shadow Warrior's timing. He peeks now. Going to get one. Going for the second, got two. Nice job by Shadow Warrior. Shut down that north push. It's going to give Raphael some audio cues. No, he's going to be there. Raphael does find him. Nice job.
He's near bunker. He's near bunker. He's near bunker. He's on the
Shadow able to get the accurate call outs of near bunker. Now confirm. Down to a 2.5v3. We'll see if Raffaello goes out for the revive.
Strayjack finally pushing along that side. And it was Strayjack and Embo previously, so let's see if a nade comes out from Strayjack to get Embo, just like Embo did to Strayjack.
Now, see, with Strayjack's original position last round, he was in front of the Hescos and the wall. Embo is playing the position as I've seen it played before, behind that wall.
Behind the wall, yeah.
Yeah, you can get, if tall enough, you can get up on that hillside behind the wall and kind of peek it a little bit.
So I got, lasers in, or lining off. So now you can kind of see, you know, those are nice little head peaks. Nice little gun peak there.
Revive does come out, putting it down to a 3v3. 30 seconds left. 3-2-3. Gosh, dude.
Straight Jack pushing on the leg. Embo taking down Raphael. Embo, oh, nice refrag there. All down to Straight Jack. Straight Jack finding shots fired.
Has to rush, has to rush. 10 seconds.
And Straight Jack does come victorious. Taking beginners up 4-3. Wow.
Dude. What is going on?
This is something, man. Beginners, I mean, how many guys did they lose in the beginning there on that flank? And I mean, Straight Jack came up big on that, on the lake there, taking out 2 there, then getting that 3rd on OBJ. Ooh-wee.
Dude, oh my gosh.
8-8. 8-8 here. Beginners can take this victory of the map and the match on this next round.
And we are in the very active, very chaotic warehouse OBJ.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
It's like the Kiat Bazaar right here. This is the
Yes. Oh my gosh. I can't stop saying it. I've got no other words besides, oh my gosh, because this match has been nuts from the get-go.
It's been a good one.
I appreciate everybody in the audience just hanging out and chatting and watching, because this needed to be seen.
I mean, at this point, if you're not watching, I don't know what you do with your life right now.
Yeah.
You need to pull over if you're in the car and watch this final couple rounds here, because it's been that good. I've heard people say that they're watching the cast, they'll watch one of my casts and they'll be in the car and they don't even have to turn on the video and they just listen to the audio. And that's a good sign. I mean, we're doing our job then as casters if we can give them, you know, good self-explanation of what's going on here.
Well, at least you got the sound side of it. Apparently, I was doing a pretty good pantomiming.
Hey, it happens, man. I mean, there's so much going on. People that have never casted before, you have really to understand the amount of controls and things we need to look at and watch for. It's very tough, and
you gotta main up.
You gotta main up. We got a couple guys that want to.
You gotta main up, bro.
Main up as a main caster. Defense spreading out here. Straight Jack watching the outside door. Looks like Raphael and Lonwick staying inside. Paz is pushed in through the tunnels. Killinger on OBJ still. Somewhat of a quick spawn. No, I'm sorry. It wasn't a quick spawn. They're moving into where the quick spawn would have been. Had the south garage spawn for the offense. Looks like they are going to stay outside. Drone is out. If they can get this drone inside kill box, I think they're going to look outside to the outside here, make sure nobody's on barrels and behind the sandbags. That is a very popular spot for somebody to sit. And very safe drone flying here. Usually nobody outside to pick it. And if you keep it high enough, and obviously this isn't drone footage, this is my footage, but you can really double check the exterior of this and make sure nobody is outside waiting for you. And beginners, I know they're pushing, or they got that really tight defense again, but this is one that you really don't have much of a choice. And right now it's all about not letting a cap come out again. That is their main goal.
The close quarters of this warehouse OBJ, everybody being stacked in, is going to be tough, because if timed well, Vikings could just absolutely bombard the room with util and really take away some eyes and possibly get somebody in there. But I mean, we've seen it go one way or the other in many matches before. Snow Peak isn't a brand new map by any means, and this isn't a brand new OBJ, but it is definitely a fun one, and has already been giving us a lot of action here in IVRL Season 1.
Yeah, it's been some spicy stuff.
Little hot salsa.
Little hot salsa in this cold tundra. What a positioning. Oh! Wow, gets the C4. Thrywin, man, you are showing us some utility usage. Excellent distance. Getting that C4 to go off.
meant to mention it earlier when you were talking about practicing throws. I need to, and I started looking around my room because I remember last night while playing, I punched the ever-loving turd out of my wall. Oh my goodness, I punched it.
Yeah.
And yeah, thankfully I'm looking around. I don't see a dent.
That's good. Yeah, I play in tight quarters too. Very little room. I've broken a controller. Got some dings and dents in the room around me too. But that's just the intensity of it. It's worth it. I had to order a new controller because I broke it.
Yeah. I thankfully have yet to need to replace a controller, but I've come very close to having to replace a ceiling fan or two.
Embo and Shadow Warrior did push up here, knowing that this is clear. I feel like everybody's going to stage on the outside doorways and just push in all at one time. You just need to cause chaos. The worst thing you can do on this one is run in one at a time. You will get picked off. You're running into a room with a small opening that runs into a big room with a lot of cover. And you have no idea where people are playing, so you are guessing when you run in by yourself. You need teamwork, you need to push in at the same time, and everybody needs to just, you know, flashes, smokes, whatever it takes.
Everybody's still tucked in, just holding spots. Shadow, Thrywan, and Embo starting to stack up, waiting for Mantis and Lone Miyagi to stack up as well. The only member for beginners that isn't going to be hurt by any initial push in with utils is going to be Pause, and that may come into play.
Right, they might decide to using the drone and try to get some footage. They found the drone, shot it down. Right, one trying to get some shots in, trying to bait some people.
Worry.
I am worried.
They've got an angle from behind in the back. Behind in the back, they shot it over the crate.
Gotcha. Okay, that's going to be a hard one to push then. You need to put a smoke in.
Rainbow 4.
First pick of the round comes less than 4 minutes in the round.
Nice.
Yeah, down to just a minute and a half here. These guys got to make
can
their
one of
move.
you guys smoke or flash the opening?
You know, even with 30 seconds or something, it doesn't take long to breach this building and figure out if you're dying or winning. Flash going in. We're gonna jump inside, try to catch some of this action.
Right when able to give a call out as no shots was able to connect when he passes the door. Thrywan getting that headshot.
Right when finding Londwick.
Utilities now starting to come out.
Grenade by Pause coming in. Just back him up. Shadow Warrior does find Pause. All down to Killinger coming in last up. Gets the revive.
Oh, it's a flash.
Flash coming out. Mantis pushing on him. Doesn't see anybody.
Gotta find
He's gonna find Raphael in the back. Gotta find Killinger. Find Raphael. 2. God, he's going down. 4 to 4. Oh my goodness. What? Hey.
Oh my god.
What?
Dude. I can't stand it.
Oh,
I can't
man.
stand it. So now beginners able to now. You said can fight for the tie or fight for the win.
Yeah, they can. Well, they can go for the tie here, or they can go for the win because the beginner's going to go on offense now.
Oh, correct. So
they have to win, right? They have to either kill everybody or cap. You know, if they cap, they take it all. But if they just come out victorious on the win, it's a tie.
Oh my god. I cannot believe that after what we're coming up on, we're already 2 hours in, something like that. We are looking at another round 9 map, and it comes down to a cap or die. Because obviously, like you said, if they want to, if beginners want the win, they have to cap. If Vikings want to win, they have to just win the round. So I'm expecting. I mean, I don't. Yeah, it'd be nice to think that. Hey, it is what it is. We can either come out here with a tie or a win, but let's try to get kills first. I hope beginners are coming into this next round looking very hungry for the cap, because I'd much rather see the intense action of trying to get in there and get the win. You know what I mean? Like, nobody wants to see somebody not go for 4th and 1 in the 4th quarter. You know what I mean?
Right. Right. I mean, that's what the viewers want to see, right? I mean, they want to see the action. They want to see everything going down like that.
Shadow.
But regardless of what happens, this has been one for the ages. I mean, this has been one impressive
Yeah, it was nice, man.
matchup.
Because here, if
Probably
they come out, they
my closest heated matchup I've ever casted.
Yeah, and a lot of talk going on the defense, you know, holding down to 1 point. You know, just let's hold it. Got a heavy push to the north. Got 3 here on the lakeside, 4 on the lakeside, 5 on the lakeside. Oh, they were all bunched up. And Paw's taking shots at that entrance.
Lake.
Shadow Warrior trying to take those kills away from them on the lake. Doesn't quite get them. Given the
There's
call
the old
out.
Paul Revere, yeah.
Probably gonna push a guy into that U-turn now, so keep your eyes on.
Letting them know the beginners are coming and the beginners are coming.
And then we got 2 coming out from the defense, looking on this entrance here. Lo Miyagi trying to hold these guys back, taking some fire. And just by doing that, Lo Miyagi backs up, may slow these guys down slightly.
He's deep.
The Vikings defense, much more different than the beginners.
Yeah, everybody outside the box right now. They know people are at the lake. They know they're not coming through the tunnels. There is less worry about, you know, the push through the tunnels.
Miyagi's trying his best to slow down or stop this northern push.
Yeah. And man, these slow peaks by Miyagi, they're gonna get him. They're gonna get him shot. I think he realizes that, backing off. But he slowed down this offense. Right now, they're very wary of coming through this tunnel. Going to have to use a lot of their artillery early, and that's one big thing that you don't realize is, you know, they're saving that utility to go into the OBJ, right? So if they have to use it out here, that's a little bit more of an advantage you're going to get.
Flash out from Lon, I believe, is going to find Thrywan. Maybe not. Thrywan in a position where it looks like he might be able to see.
And a trade comes out. 4-4 with 4-4. Just under
Just
4
a little
minutes.
less than you.
Once again. It's like they planned this on us. Miyagi coming back, making sure that that body is dead.
One more.
Ooh, he called one more. I don't think he meant to say one more.
Maybe as in one more that they're still pushing. One more is coming around. I'm not sure.
Mantis behind that box, looking at the north door. Good spot. People know you're there, but you also got an advantage. You're tucked behind the door, or behind the boxes, you know, shooting through a little crack. Beginners looking like they might go through the tunnel, or they're just checking it to make sure it's clear.
That the route outside going up towards the door of Mantis, I mean, it's very hard to run up and then get a shot that tight, like you said, behind the box there.
Right.
Very, very small angle for the pillar and box, and them coming up from terrain to be able to try to land that shot. It's almost impossible unless you're beginners, unless you're one of these top tier teams that's done that before, had to deal with somebody holding Mantis's position or any of the like.
Yeah, so Raphael and Killinger, you know, they went to North Tunnel, made sure nobody was in there so they won't get flanked. Right now they're coming back to try to push this door with Mantis in it.
Smoke the door and blast the outside.
But like you were saying, it's so hard. You're so exposed running up here because you have no cover whatsoever.
Door smoked.
Nice smoke.
Good smoke. Miyagi might try to reach out there and clear out the smoke though. Mantis maybe. Mantis, utility owl, only flash, but it's not gonna take care of anybody's eyes.
Good communication here. Flash right on all 3 of them. I thought that was a nade at first. I was gonna say that just ended the round basically.
Mantis. If carrying something a little bit more girthier than a flash, definitely, like you said, could have changed the tides here.
And now beginners do have the exterior of this building, it looks like. They just make sure this corner is clear. Nobody here.
He's outside. Outside the door.
Dillinger and Paz just outside, dealing with Shadow Warrior. A C4 popped, but I'm not sure where.
I think it was inside tunnels. Straight Jack's pushing tunnels. I believe Embo does hear him coming through. We really don't want to leave the exterior. I think we're going to jump inside, catch the action.
So there's a cam 1's on OBJ room. I can go and get you
All right.
cam 2 with Embo.
I'm over here on Embo right now, watching see if Stray Jack comes around this corner. Don't see a clacker. I don't think there's any C4 around here.
None that I see.
Nope.
It might have been the
Smoke's
one we
coming
heard.
into OBJ room. And Paw's fine, and Shadow Warrior right by the smoke. Clearing out 1. 4-4. 4v3. Mantis looking for Killinger. Killinger finds Mantis. Stray Jack. Beginners taking it. 5-4. There it is, folks. And that is it. Comes down to double 9-round maps, taking it all the way as far as you can possibly go. 5-4, 5-4. Coming out, all that comes down to a tie.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, we wish on both teams that they could both win, right? You know, but us out here are like, really?
Yeah, it's
You know?
almost, it hurts a little, but it was still awesome to watch.
It was so good to watch and so good to cast with you. I appreciate you being here, Lambowski. Oh, man.
Appreciate you having me. We're getting ready to be right back.
Yes, and not long from now, we will be right back here. Catch the next one. Silent Purge, I believe, and...
I believe it's Bad Company and Silent Purge. I could be wrong. Let me look real quick before we head out of here. It is Silent Purge versus Bad Company. Nice.
Yeah, excellent. That'd be another good one, another great EU matchup there. And but we appreciate y'all being here with us today. It's been a long one, a good 2.5 hours to see one of the most impressive matchups we've seen in a while. Vikings and Beginners tying it up 9-9 here. IVRL Season 1, Week 3. I am AP28. I wish you all the best. Lambowski, thank you so much for being here. Any last words for our viewers?
Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you in a little bit at 3 p.m. Eastern with another EU matchup.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, everybody, have a good day, and God bless you.